So, I'm Fizabdul Wahid Education ready from Rehan School Foundation level, and today we are going to do a conversation about micro habit. So, hi Maya.
Hi, Faisal. Micro-habits, nice choice. What got you curious about them?
I just thought to talk about them because they are so powerful, and if we use every day them, so we can be success. And these are really small everyday actions, but we got when we do daily, so we get some progress.
Mm, that's a great point. They seem tiny, but those small daily actions really build up over time. So, what are a few that you try to do regularly?
Yeah, I tried
What
to.
specific?
I tried to in my daily life. I tried to follow some micro habits. For example, I greet my family in the morning, and then I make my bed and stay kind to others.
That sounds like
These
a solid
habits
little routine to.
these habits make
Yeah,
my day better.
day better. That's great. So, you actually feel a difference when you stick to that morning routine?
Yeah, of course. But in the start, it was hard to do because like when I started, so I can't be consistent on that. And when I was trying to do it, I just keep forgetting to do it. And like that, I was sometimes I forget to make my bed. But when I came back, so I see it is dirty, and then day by day, I started doing like my part of my daily routine. But first of all, it wasn't my part, and it feels like a work to me.
Right, that makes sense. At first, it feels like forced or like another thing on your to-do list. But that's interesting that you noticed it actually became part of your day after a while.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what made that switch happen?
Actually, I think daily whenever when I wake up, so I was in a hurry to go to school and like this, so I don't get a time to make my bed. But still, I try to do it, and I force myself to do make a bed. And in a hurry now, even if I'm too much in a hurry, I still make my bed and greet my family, and then left for school.
So even when you're rushing, you still find a way to fit in those
Yeah,
small things?
because now I am
That sounds
like.
like they've really become automatic for you at this point.
Yeah, because they automatically make like my part of my life. Now it's my part
Yeah,
of my
they
life.
just happen without you having to think about it too much.
Yeah, but it,
That's actually really.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead. You were saying?
I was saying that in the start it was difficult because the first step is the difficult step, but then it goes easy.
Yeah, that first step is always the hardest. But you figured out how to overcome it and
Yeah,
forcing yourself those first few
you
times
know
until it became natural.
benefits of
Of
micro
my
habits.
totally, well, you've already experienced some yourself, but micro
Yeah, of
habits help
course.
us with, yeah,
Discipline. They help us
they
with
make
the
us feel
discipline. Okay, you go ahead.
right, and they improve our personality and make us better human beings. Small actions can create big success,
Yeah, and they help
but it can
us.
be hard sometimes to stay consistent, right? You mentioned forgetting and being lazy. What helps you get back on track when that happens?
There is a good solution of that. Everything have a solution, so I use a habit tracker and make my progress every day. So do you know what is the habit tracker?
I do. That's really smart, actually, to track your progress visually. What does your
Yeah,
habit tracker look like? But it's always like some like app or you just write it down somewhere.
yeah, it helps us stay consistent by
Right. So it's
making whether you completed your habit or not.
okay. So it shows you what you've actually done versus what you plan to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what a habit cycle?
Okay, so the habit tracker is, I think, it is the habit tracker is like when you do a habit. So you give yourself a reward, is it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. The cue triggers the behavior, the routine is what you actually do, and the reward tells your brain, hey, that was worth it. Let's do it again. Make sense?
And I also do the same. Make I use a habit tracker to make our progress every day, but sometimes I don't even use habit tracker with it, but it's still sometimes I use it.
That's cool. So it's flexible depending on what you're up to that day. And it sounds like even
Yeah,
without tracking every single day, you've still managed to make them pretty automatic.
exactly.
You agree that having established the habit makes it easier to stick to, even without tracking every single day.
Yeah,
Okay. So micro habits are useful and they are simple but powerful. And if we
yeah,
start small today, we can become better tomorrow.
yeah. This is true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
really thoughtful way. Um, well, Faisal, this has been a great conversation. You clearly understand how micro habits work and have figured out your own effective way to make them stick. Anything else you wanted to talk about regarding micro habits, or are we good here?
Of course, I would like
Of
to talk about.
course. Thanks for insights on micro habits with me, Faisal. It was cool to hear how you made them work for you.
Yeah. So, do you think does it really work? What do you think about
Um,
them?
you mean, what do I think about micro habits? I think they're brilliant. They make it so much easier to actually change habits because you're not trying to overhaul your whole life at once. Plus, they really add up over time. It's like you were saying, those small actions become automatic without you even realizing it.
So, what macro habits
I think
do
they're
you
really,
follow in your daily life?
that's actually tough to answer directly since I experience things differently than people do. But I
I
do
know.
notice patterns in conversations, like how people tend to ask questions after I
Okay,
explain
so
something.
can you tell me? I have a question. So, can you tell me how does macro habit changes?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you mean by how your forehead changes.
No, I
Could
didn't
you
say
clarify?
forehead. I said how does micro habits change us? Like how in daily life we change by doing a macro habit.
Ah, okay. Sorry about that. Misunderstood you there. So, how do micro habits change us?
Yeah.
Well, they make changes almost invisibly over time. Like you said about your morning routine. At first, it felt like work, but now it's just part of who you are without even thinking about it. Each little action changes you slightly. Maybe you feel more organized, more patient, or even just more confident when you stick to your habits. But they don't feel like big dramatic shifts, which is why they're so sustainable.
What do you think? What is the easiest micro habit to start?
That's a good question. I think something super simple like making your bed first thing in the morning is really easy. It only takes a
Uh,
minute or two. Or
that's
maybe
nice.
drinking a. Thanks for clarifying.
What were you saying? Drinking?
Drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning is a really easy one too. Most people already have water nearby. It's just about making
I
it the first
think
thing you do before anything else.
I think
Simple, but powerful.
I think the easiest one is to wake up early, but for me, it is the hardest one.
Yeah. Waking up early seems simple in theory, but tough in practice, right?
Yeah,
It's one of those
like
where it feels like you're
always,
fighting your body's now.
always I'm trying to wake up early, but somehow I end up waking up late. But still, I'm trying.
That persistence is what matters. You keep trying. Maybe instead of focusing on waking up really early right away, start with just waking up 15 minutes earlier than usual for a week.
Yeah. So can studying be a micro habit too?
Definitely. Studying can absolutely be a micro habit. Instead of trying to have huge study sessions, maybe aim for 10 to 15 minutes every day. Just focusing for that short period and building it into your routine.
Yeah, that sounds like
You like that
improving the
idea?
English. Yeah. Like that we can improve English too, right?
Exactly. Like you're doing right now, having these conversations, practicing speaking English. That's a perfect micro habit. Even just 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a difference over time.
Small daily practice improve our skills.
Totally. Consistency over intensity, those small daily chunks add up way more than
Okay,
cramming before a
so
test or only studying when you absolutely
Maya,
have to.
what if someone misses a day? Like improving daily practice, improve our skill, but if someone misses a day, so what it would be?
Mm. It would be a day, isn't the end of the world. The key thing is not to beat yourself up about it. Just pick it up again the next day. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency over time.
Yeah. The important thing is to keep going.
Exactly. Don't let one missed day turn into two, then three. And before you know it, you're back to square one. The best thing is just to keep it up when you can.
Okay, so what do you think? Why do people start micro habits?
I think people start micro habits because it feels manageable. It doesn't feel as overwhelming as trying to overhaul your entire life at once. The small scale makes it way more likely that you'll actually stick with it. Plus, you get that small win each day,
Yeah.
which can be really motivating.
So, do macro habits save time?
I'm not sure I follow. Did you mean to ask if macro habits have a save time? Maybe.
No. I'm saying, do macro habits save time? Like, if I'm doing a macro habit, does it save my time?
Oh, that's a great question. Actually, yes, they can save you time in the long run, even though it's small actions. Being consistent can prevent things from snowballing into bigger problems later on. Plus, when habits are automatic, you don't have to spend mental energy deciding whether or not to do them.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell my favorite macro habit.
What's your favorite micro habit? I'm curious to hear it.
So, my favorite macro habit is to drink water because it is so easy and like it keeps you hydrated. It keeps you hydrated.
That's actually a really smart one. Staying hydrated makes such a difference in how you feel throughout the day.
Yeah,
Simple but powerful, that's exactly what makes a good micro habit.
exactly. But my toughest one was, you already know that, um, waking up early and also focusing focusing on something is the toughest one for me because I can't focus on one thing at a time, so it is hard to me focus.
Yeah, staying focused can be tough, especially when there's so many distractions around these days. Have you tried things like turning off notifications or finding a quiet space when you're trying to focus?
Yeah, I have tried that one. Going to a quiet, uh, going to a peaceful place, as I as I always study in the hall, and in the hall is everyone is going, and everyone is there in the house, so it's really hard for me to study. So I try to do alternative of that, going in the peaceful places. And sometimes if you go near to a nature places like going to a park, it is the best thing to study, like best way to get more focus, I think, because I tried going to a park and then study. It makes me more focused than studying at home. What do you think?
That makes total sense. Parks are great for focusing. Nature has a way of calming you down and helping you concentrate better than being surrounded by all the distractions at home. Nature is just naturally good for focus.
Yeah, and I also think that we should get more close to nature. And also, my I'm trying to add this into my one of the macro habit to go daily outside, because as I have all studies online, so I can't spend time outside and my exams are coming, so I can't spend the time with nature. So I thought I should add that one too in my macro habit.
That's a really good point. You're right. It's easy to get stuck indoors when everything's online and you're preparing for exams. Making a small habit to get outside every day could actually make your studying more focused.
Yeah.
It's like you're giving your brain a break and
So,
then coming back
Maya,
refreshed.
today we learn about micro habits are small but powerful.
Love that way to wrap up. You've clearly got a solid understanding of what they are, how they work, and why they matter. Seems like you're already building some good ones into your routine.
Yeah, thank you for this conversation.
Of course. It was great talking about this with you, Faisal. Good luck with your studies and those exams. I hope those micro habits help you stay focused.
Okay, so bye. Take care.
Bye. Good luck with everything.